In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you all how to make this beautiful gathered dress with a unique and stylish collar. It is a simple dress but yet classy when you pair it with the right accessory. If this sounds like something you're interested in learning how to do, continue watching and let's get started. I've just cut out the fabric that will be enough for the body measurement. So it's folded into two. And before I cut this out, I divided my hip circumference by 4 and I added extra 5 inches. And that was enough when I measured it out. So before I cut out this, it has a gathered part. So all I did was to determine how long I want the gathered part to be. And I subtracted it from the full length of my gown. So the full length of my gown is 33 inches. I subtracted 12 inches from that. So basically I'm having 21 inches as the length of this piece right here. I've ruled my shoulder line, which is the first line at the top part of my fabric. Then from there, I'm marking 7 inches as my chest line. Then I'll get my half length of 12 inches. Then from that my half length, I'll come down by 6 inches as the hip length. You might be wondering that these measurements I'm taking here are small. Yeah, this dress is for a 10-year-old. That is why the measurements are quite small. So I'll get the length, which is 21 inches, and add extra 1 inch for my joining allowance. All these points I've made so far, I'll extend them into a straight line. Then I'll be cutting off that excess at that lower part that is no longer needed. On my shoulder line, I'm marking a neck width of 2.5 inches and a neck depth of 3 inches because we are drafting out the front part of the dress first. Then I'll create my round neckline. Still on that shoulder line, I'll mark my shoulder of 6 inches. Then on my chest line, I'll also mark that 6 inches and connect the 2 points together in a very straight line. Right there on my shoulder, I'll be coming down by 1 inch and I'll connect this into my neck width, and that will be my shoulder slope. So I'll divide my bust circumference by 4, which is 27 inches, and what I have here, I'll mark it on my chest line. Then my shoulder, I'll divide it into 2 equal halves. On that midpoint, I'll go in by half inch. Then I'll get my curve row and connect from my shoulder into that half inch all the way to my chest line. Then I added 1.5 inches extra on my chest line for my sewing allowance. I'll repeat same thing on my waistline. I marked the quarter of my waist and I added 1.5 inches. Same thing I did for my hip line. Then I'll connect these lines together here. Then I'm going to be taking out the measurements I have on my hip. I will just mark the same thing on the hem or the base of this my dress. And I'll connect it together as well. So that's it for the front part. I'll simply go ahead to cut out everything the way I have drafted so far. So while doing this, you have to make use of any body measurement available to you. Now I folded another piece for the back part of the dress and I placed the front part on top of it, but I left 1 inch space at that part. As you can see, I was measuring it, and that is for my zipper allowance. For the neck depth, I came down by 1.5 inches as the neck depth for the back dress, and I also created my round neckline. So that is simply it. I also went on ahead to cut out everything the same. So on the half length now, which I'm trying to take the measurement, I'm going to be coming out by just half of an inch right there, and I'll get my ruler and I'll slant this up like this. I didn't place it straight, I slanted it, and I slanted it down as well. So that is it. I'll cut this out. So the essence of this is to avoid any sort of bulge on the zipper area. So after that, I'll take the measurement of the armhole to cut out for the sleeve. I have this my fabric folded into two, and I also have this plain crepe fabric for the combination. From the top part here, I mark 2 inches and I'll extend that 2 inches. I'll mark my sleeve length and subtract 1.5 inches for that because of the combination. So here I'll mark 5 inches and add 1 inch extra, half inch for joining this fabric to the black plain fabric and half inch for joining the sleeve to the shoulder. So that is it. Now I'm going to mark down my armhole of 9.5 inches. I measured it from here down to this point. So I'll just extend this line to get to that point and also connect from that point into this part here. So I'll be dividing this line here into 2 equal halves, just like this. So here I'll be going up by half inch and here I'll be coming down by just half inch. Now you can use your curve rule, but I'm just using my free hand to create this slight simple armhole curve, and that is it. So the next is to measure my bicep circumference, and I added 1.5 inches extra, exactly where my sleeve length stopped. So that is it for the sleeve, and I'll cut it out. So while doing this, please cut out on the curve part you made. I made a mistake by not doing that. And I also notched the midpoint. So I'll be cutting out the combination part of the sleeve by folding this into two. Then I'll be marking 1.5 inches plus half inch. In total, I'm having 2 inches here. Then I'll fold this into two again from the side like this. Okay, make sure it's 2 inches if you are still doing something I'm doing, and then place the sleeve part on it on the hem. So when this is okay, I'll go on ahead to cut this out. So this is what it will look like, and when I want to join, I'll be joining them right sides facing each other like this. So that is it. Now I will start joining the body part. So on the body part here, I'll be joining the two shoulders first, right sides facing each other. After arranging them properly, I'll use half of an inch to join. Then when I'm done, I'll also be doing same thing for the sides. So our sewing allowance for the side is 1.5 inches. That's what I'll mark. But from the armhole, I'll come down by half inch so that when facing my sleeve, it will be very easy. I've gone ahead to do this, and I just added a belt because I stated earlier that it's for a 10-year-old, right? I folded my neckline into two to take the neckline measurement, and right here is 8.5 inches. So I'll be getting my paper to draft this out for the collar. I marked the 8.5 inches, then I'll roll this into a straight line. Then I'm going to be getting the width or the wideness of the collar. I'll be marking 3 inches, including the stitching allowance. Then I'll extend this point as well. Then towards this part, at this upper part here, you can come out with about 2 inches or even 2.5 inches. But I marked 2 inches here, and I'll slant this in into this other side. And that is it for the collar. I'll go on ahead to cut this out. So I'm going to be cutting this out on the black plain crepe fabric. I'll be folding it into four because I need 4 pieces, because it will also be serving as the lining piece as well. So when must have done this, I will now place this on top, and I'm going to be cutting out everything the same. Remember I said that both the stitching allowance was added on the paper. Iron and interface into the wrong side of this piece if you're working with a very lightweight fabric. So I'll arrange them like this and now stitch them all around using just half of an inch. I'll leave one part slightly for turning up for the final stitch. For the sleeve part, I've done this for the two bow sleeves, and this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to be attaching my sleeve to the armhole of my dress. So I'll do this by getting the joints I have on the shoulder and then pin it together with the notch I have on my sleeve. Now right sides facing each other, I'm going to be pinning this all around the armhole. Each side will be going for each side. When I'm done, I'll stitch all around using just half of an inch. Then I'll flip this to the wrong side and arrange this like this, and now stitch this down using that 1.5 inches sewing allowance. So I've done all of that, and this is what it looks like. It's coming out really nice. So this is for the collar I made mention of earlier, and we are now going to start stitching it on the neckline. So I'll be doing this on the wrong side of the neckline. So you can leave half inch like this before fixing or attaching your collar. If you want, you can still stitch it from the zipper. So on that straight longer part is where you are going to be pinning on the neckline of your dress on the wrong side like this. When you flip it, it will be like this. So after stitching it, when you flip it like this, please top stitch on the fabric so that the collar will properly relax. Okay, so I've done this for the two sides of the collar. You can see how neat it has come out so far. Now it's time to work for the gathered part of the dress. I'll be taking the measurement of the hem of this my gown, and I'll be multiplying what I have there by 2 because my fabric was not so big. So right here I have 28. I multiplied it by 2, and I've cut out the gathered area already. So remember I said the length is 12 inches by the time I'll be done stitching. So it's likely exceeded 12 inches, but remember that on the base of the actual dress I left 1 inch, right? So it will make up for that. So for the width now, I already multiplied 28 by 2, and I ran a gather stitch at that top part at one side here. Before I did that, I went ahead to notch the midpoint of this. Then I also get my dress. I'll fold it into two and notch the midpoint as well. Now right sides facing each other, I'll be pinning these two midpoints together this way. Now the excesses I have, or the excess I have on one part, I'll make sure that I pull on my thread. You don't pull so hard so it doesn't cut, so that it can align with the base or the hem of this my dress. So the essence of really notching this, like I've always said in all my tutorials, is to achieve the same volume of gathers at both sides. You don't want to have one part of your gathers looking bigger or fuller than the other side, okay? So I was done doing that and I went on ahead to stitch this down using just half of an inch, and this is what it looks like. For the back part, I'm going to fix my sleeve. I just held it down with a pin. So all you do is that you go up by at least 2 inches from your hip length, and from there you stitch this down to the base or the hem, and you now fix your zipper to the upper parts. And this is what yours should look like on a bigger size as well. Then this is the right side, and that is it for today's tutorial. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. I hope to see you all next time on this same channel. Keep having lovely moments ahead of you. Bye.